relaxing morning with a couple of good friends. What more could you add to make it special? Well, I'll tell you what you can add. You can add shitloads of money, gambling, round robins, teasers. We have it all here on Brunch Betting. That's right. It's XFL Jim, Chase, Lupin Fiasco, Sessoms, and Erik, Uncle Rico Magoo, giving you the best sports plays you can find. That's right, bitches. It's Brunch Time Betting. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Brunch Time Betting. As always, it is me, XFL Jim, joined by his Phreakness, Chase, Lupin Fiasco, Sessoms, and of course, Uncle Rico, Erik, my man. It's a spooky episode. We're feeling intense today.
I was wondering what those noises were. Yeah,
we're feeling intense, baby.
I love it.
I love it.
So Erik is the one that actually brought brunch today.
Really, I brought a little breakfast burrito.
What kind of breakfast burrito you get?
Well, it's got, some eggs, egg whites, don't judge, banana peppers, don't judge, olives, don't judge, bacon.
Olives for breakfast is a wild move, but I respect it.
A little guacamole in that bad boy too.
Black olives or green olives?
Oh, black.
Mm-hmm.
Black.
I have black coffee for brunch. I'm that kind of.
I've got some water and I had 2 cigarettes already this morning, so we're feeling pretty good today. It's a good morning.
That's the breakfast at camp.
So I feel like we need to start this episode of Brunch Time Betting talking about a little Scotty Scheffler, the number 1 golfer in the world right now. Chase is representing him right now on his chain.
That's right. Stay up, King.
When was he arrested?
Yesterday morning.
Like 6 a.m.
Beautiful. Because I was working and I just saw the mugshot posted to Twitter, and it's a beautiful mugshot.
I went instantly to the Bing AI art generator as soon as I heard the news. It started making Scotty Scheffler art.
Tell me this doesn't
finally
amazing.
Finally, we can have an open, honest discussion about police brutality, I guess is what I'll say. Look at that. The ones with the Nike swoosh put on there.
Oh,
great.
Those are great.
The ones with the teardrop tattoos, classic. Absolute classics.
This is the affluent white man's time to talk about police brutality.
That's right. Two tiers of justice in this country.
So he was driving and allegedly drug a police officer who they had a barricade set up.
Yeah, so first of all, sad news was there was a fatal accident.
Yes.
Right outside of Valhalla. So that's why there was increased police presence, and they were doing an investigation and everything. Scotty Scheffler tried to drive around. At that point, the cop, quote unquote, attached himself to Scotty Scheffler's vehicle, and he dragged him for 10 to 20 yards.
After he was told to stop, though. After he was told to stop, he still went going, and I think that's when the guy attached him. And then he went 20 yards, and he was like, oh, shit, I have a cop on me, and I stopped. From what I'm reading, that's how I comprehend it.
That's kind of how I get it, too. There's the question, like, did the guy ever, like, identify himself as a cop? Did he ever say, hey, I'm a police officer? Or did he just expect Scotty Scheffler to, like, recognize that he was a cop in his, like, big rain jacket?
I mean, if he's going like this to stop with some sort of thing out in the middle of an accident, my common sense would be like, this probably isn't an ordinary Joe.
I don't know if you've heard Scotty Scheffler speak, Erik. I don't know if he he's a weird guy.
I think all he thinks about is golf.
It's family. It's like golf and family. That's all. The only 2 things he thinks about.
So it's like you with your family and the UFL. It's just right, Jim?
Exactly. Except it's definitely more UFL for me, but yes.
Yeah.
So, if I was leaving a UFL game or going to a UFL game and I see some rando in a high-vis suit telling me to stop, guess what? I ain't stopping. We got places to be.
Nope, you're crossing that goal line, then you're going for 3.
Exactly.
I think you're stopping.
Dude, the funniest part of this was how shook Jeff Darlington was on Sports Center while he was talking about this thing. Like, he was really like had the adrenaline flowing and was like had a hard time comprehending that he had just seen a golfer inconvenienced.
I think what's even so here's the $1 million question. If you guys were at the store, would you recognize Scotty?
No.
In the store.
No.
He's
way too regular looking, especially with that beard. He could be anybody.
So I mean, like, if this guy doesn't follow golf, it's not out of the realms. Like, he had no idea who the guy was.
You expect someone, though, like at some point, like while he's in the back of the car and they're like getting his name and everything,
mention it,
to be like, "Oh, hey, why don't we take a step back here? Let's take a step back." I think we might have the world's #1 golfer in the back of the squad car here. Like, there was an opportunity there when they were getting his name and everything. Then there's the opportunity at booking where they could be like, "Hold on, let's relax."
I mean, there's two ways of looking at it. I mean, none of us know what happened, and the reality of the situation is probably a mix of what Darlington happened, the cops said happened, and Scotty said happened. It's a mixture of those three, which are making up the truth. And until a video comes out, if there's a video, we won't know the truth. But in my eyes, that we all know how sensitive the male ego can be, is like the cop being a little sensitive here because he told him to stop. And then Scheffler's like, "Fuck you, I'm the #1 player in the world. I'm just going to go through it." I don't know. The whole thing is really interesting to me. It's going to be interesting how it all plays out and what the charges end up actually being.
My favorite part of this whole thing was when he comes back after this fact, comes back to golf like the next day. And then there was like edits of people playing like Many Men as he walked onto Valhalla. Just
yeah. Oh no, he comes back to play golf.
Scheffler.
Like
the
3 hours
same
later.
day.
Yeah.
3 hours later. Yeah. Him walking out to Mini Men and
free Scheffler, free Scotty.
What about
guys who already had his mugshot printed on T-shirts on the 18th?
That's crazy impressive.
That is impressive.
What about him going to Darlington and just saying, "Can you help me?" When he's like,
yeah.
What do you expect Jeff Darlington to do? "Hey guys, I know you don't know who I am, but I'm Jeff Darlington. I work for the mothership."
Yeah.
I'm trying to say the Kentucky governor sends their condolences, but that was to the victim. So this is a weird, wild story.
I can't find the cop though. That's what I'm trying.
One of the most entertaining stories about golf that we've had in a while.
Since Tiger got in trouble.
Yeah, since Tiger like crashed, basically, since he like got in trouble being chased by his ex-wife.
Right. Oh man. Scotty, stay up, King. Stay up.
This just goes to prove that if you're #1 in the world at golf, you got to have something weird going on. Otherwise, I don't know, something's off.
Normal people are not good at golf.
Did you guys did you see the thing going around like, "I'm gonna tell my kids," and it's a picture of someone, and this one guy said, "I'm gonna tell my kids this is Tiger and Scotty Scheffler," and it was a picture of Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins from Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
I like that. You boys ready to get into some picks?
Let's do it.
Chase, why don't you start us off this week?
Sure. Gonna go to Pimlico where they're hosting the Preakness today. And we're going to start early in race 6 furlongs to $200,000 Chick Lang Stakes, a grade 3 on the dirt. I am win betting the 3, Patinga's Twin. If you follow Thoroughgraph figures, then Patinga's Twin is probably the best horse in this race. This one's been running at Laurel Park and popped last out in a prep for this race despite not winning. Had trouble in the trip and still managed, to put up that huge Thoroughgraph figure. From a pace perspective, this one fits. You got good Maryland connections here who have probably been pointing towards this race. So I really like Patinga's Twin 5-1.
Let's make some money. I also asking, will the pick 5 pay in the Preakness?
I think it likely will, especially when you have the scratch of Tuscan Sky, not Tuscan Gold, who's in the Preakness, but Tuscan Sky earlier, who I think was going to be a lot of people's singles, and makes that race a little bit more wide open. So it should be it could be a wild sequence, especially with how the turf might play being wet today.
Eric, what are we rolling with today?
My first play, going down to H-Town. Give me the Brewers and Astros over 8.5 runs. Brewers versus righties this year, second best batting average, most RBIs, most hits. Astros versus righties this year, fourth best average, 11th most RBIs, fifth most hits. Both teams in good form the last 7 days. Brewers, seventh best average, seventh most ribbies, 10th most hits. Astros, fourth best average, third most RBIs, most hits. Verlander revenge game against the Tigers last week. You take that out. He's kind of struggled this month. 6.75 ERA, only 12 innings, 9 runs. Wilson for the Brewers didn't look good last start. So I'm going to take the over 8.5 runs in the Brewers Astros.
This was tough for me here. I'm going to the WNBA. I'm rolling Indiana Fever, New York Liberty, over 169.5. I'm just feeling points. I woke up, the cards laid at my feet this morning as I got out of bed. Something told me, bet the over in the Fever Liberty game this morning. And I'm listening to fate, boys. I'm trying to turn over. I'm listening to fate. I'm listening to my gut. Just take over 169.5 Fever in the Liberty. Chase, where are we rolling next?
So can I vet for a second? Can I vet?
You can vet, bro. You can vet. As long
This
as you
just
want.
shows you. So you're playing in a professional league, okay? And Colin Cowherd said that there's this clip going around that the WNBA needed to do a better job of giving Caitlin Clark an easier schedule. How can they do that against professional teams? Just explain to me how the fuck they can do that.
Is he just alleging that the WNBA should rig things?
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, it sounds like
I mean, look, I get it. Maybe not play like the Sun, who are good. They just played one of the New York teams. They have the other New York team today. Okay, you want to say that? I get that. But these are professional teams, and the rules are different. And her coach basically called her out for taking bad shots after the post game. And whoever asked that question, yeah, if it's over 20, just keep playing that under, because she's having a very hard time adjusting to the game.
Let's see. It is currently. You can get to score 20 plus. No, it doesn't have that actual. Where is it right here? Yeah. It's 19.5, Eric.
Oh, so it's gone down. It was 20. I got at 21.5 the first game. Last game, 20.5.
19.5.
Dude, they are plus 14.5 today.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I mean, guess what? When you pick number one overall, you're probably not in a great situation.
In back-to-back years.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
in
to think
back-to-back
that
years.
the Fever are just not that good of a team. Chase, what are we running with next?
Staying at Pimlico, of course. Race 8, 6 furlongs, $100,000, Maryland Sprint Stakes. I'm putting a $10 win bet on the 6 Prince Jericho at 7-2, but I'm also going to play an exacta. That's the 6 Prince Jericho in first with 1 and 3 in second. This one absolutely freaked last out and came up a little bit short in a speed duel with the one horse who we're using underneath. This track should be more speed favoring, and it's going to lean more towards Prince of Jericho to get the best of a horse like Coastal Mission or the early speed of a horse like Super Chow here. So yeah, $10 win bet on the 6 Prince of Jericho at 7-2, $10 exacta, 6 with the 1-3.
All right, Eric, what's your next play, baby?
I'm going to the pond, dude. Give me the Oilers and Canucks under 1.5, first period plus 110. Game 6 and 7 under, something I love to do. Teams on the brink of elimination or an elimination game. If it's game 7 for both teams, obviously they're not going to take many chances, hold stuff close to the vest. There's been 5 game 6s this year. All of them have gone to the first period under, so I'm going to keep doing that. And there's only been one of them where a goal was actually scored. So I also played the no goal first period at plus 440.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. My next play, I'm going to the UFL because we got picks. We didn't actually have spreads out when me and Eric did Spring Fever this week, but we have them out now. Eric, can you guess what the Roughneck Stallions spread is?
14.5.
16.5, baby. I'm not taking that game, though. I'm going Showboats, Panthers. This is for all the marbles. It's not really for all the marbles. The playoffs are locked in. Both teams aren't playing for anything. But I still don't trust Danny Atley. Give me the Showboats with the weight of the world off their shoulders. I think this is going to kind of
I almost did that one. I'm
taking the Showboats +9. I'm doing it. I'm getting back on one more time. Give me the Showboats +9.
That's me, Bobby Thomas. There's someone doing yard work, and my dog is inside because I didn't put her out before this, so she's going nuts right now.
She's freaking out.
Oh, dude, are we going to play our special guest presenters video today?
Oh, yeah. Let me. Thank you for reminding me, Eric. I'm going to look that up while you guys are giving out some round robins and whatnot. We will be playing that later in the show. I'm taking the Showboats +9. The Panthers aren't really playing for anything anymore because not only are the playoffs locked in, no matter if they are first in the USFL division or second, the game will still be held in Birmingham. So, if you're the Panthers, why not just rest as many people as possible?
Yeah.
Just get everyone super healthy. You actually have a shot to take down. They're looking like a legitimately good team. They have a decent shot to take down Birmingham. So just get everyone healthy.
I just played the money line too, Jimbo.
+370 on the money line. I would sprinkle a little bit as well. Chase, what is your third play?
Of course, it's the big race. Race 13 at Pimlico, 9.5 furlongs, $2 million Preakness stakes, a grade 1 on the dirt. No muss, no fuss. I'm going with a win bet on the 9 Imagination. Don't underestimate the power of Bob Baffert's spite. This is the last Bob Baffert horse left in the race after the favorite Muth scratched. I think this one's got a distinct pace advantage, should be able to get to the lead, set pretty soft fractions, and walk the dog on the front end, and I think takes them gate to wire here. So I'm seeing the most recent odds that are somewhere around 9-2, but I think they stay fair, somewhere around 4-1, 5-1.
I like that. Eric, what's your third play?
Going to the UFC. Give me Angela Hill over half a takedown at -115. She's fighting this girl named Luna, who has a history of tiring out during her fights. Hill, knowing for throwing a lot of punching volume. But with these UFC fighters, they always take jiu-jitsu training before these fights. We saw her last fight. She attempted 9, got 5 takedowns. How I see this fight playing out is with Luna's history of starting off fast. She's going to win round 1. Hill will out-volume her in round 2. Round 3 will be a little bit of a toss-up. Hill, being the veteran she is, will look to secure that takedown in the round to have the ground control. She only needs 1, so I played over half a takedown at -115.
It was tough. So my next and final play, I also went to a little horse racing action because for these bigger ones, I like to get involved. And, I go by vibes entirely. So I've got a pick 5 coming in for the Preakness. Starting off in race 9, Speediness. Duh. The 5 horse. Duh. What more do I need for that? Race 10, Corporate Power, because I feel like the corporate overlords are kind of planning something here. I think something's going.
You might win. I think you might win that leg, yeah.
But I also, as a safety, because sometimes I got to go double up. I'm doubling up on a couple this week. I went Gould's Gold because I liked the just how fun it was to say.
Yeah. Or if it's Robbie Gold, then it's Gold's Gold.
Yeah, Gold's Gold's even better. Yeah. Race 11, I went with the 9. That's right, because I'm just that's fucking right. We're winning this shit. That's right. In the 12, I went with the 9 Beatbox because duh. But also the 6 Crabs and Beer because that's an undefeated combo. That's a great combo.
In the state of Maryland too.
Yes. And then in the 13, in the Preakness, I also went with Imagination because you need an imagination in order to capture what's going on in my mind when it comes to picking horses. So right now, I apologize to everyone who has. We'll see. Chase, remember, I won one leg last time for the Derby. So as long as I just win the last leg, that's all anyone has to care about.
You know who you won it with was Seize the Gray, right?
It's true. I believe so.
Yeah. Who's now in the Preakness.
I Hate the Lakers says Thunder big today, boys. Big.
Ooh.
All right, boys. What round robins we rolling with? And then we'll get to our special guest.
All right. My round robin. I did Thunder plus 150. Udaya in UFC plus 265. Barbosa in UFC plus 122. And Oilers Avalanche no goal first period plus 440.
What do you got, Chase?
Instead of a round robin, I've got a trifecta for the Preakness. In first place, it's going to be Imagination. And then in second and third place, I'm going to use 3 horses. The 2, Uncle Heavy. The 3, Catching Freedom. And the 8, Tuscan Gold. So it will be 9 with 238 with 238.
And for me, I'm rolling with the Memphis Showboats plus 370. I'm going with the Thunder, and I'm going with the Chicago Sky to get it done.
A little Angel Reese action.
Yes, sir.
A little Angel Reese, dude.
Yes, sir. And now our special guest, one Dean Blandino, coming in.
Dean Blandino from Fox Sports. We're here to talk about Brunch Time Betting, my favorite betting show. It combines 2 of my favorite things, brunch and betting. And when you talk about brunch, what's my favorite brunch food? It begins and ends with Eggs Benedict. I don't know how anybody can choose anything else. It's incredibly delicious. You talk about that toasted English muffin, those poached egg with the runny yolk, that Canadian bacon, the hollandaise sauce. It doesn't get much better. If you don't want to do the bacon, you could do a little salmon. You want to go a little healthier, a little Florentine with a little spinach. It's the best brunch time food of all time. And that's where I'm putting my money. And listen, where I also put my money is on my favorite Danish women's handball team.
I can't believe it.
Women's handball in Denmark, the league, Division 1, also known as Bambusa Kvindelgame, which has been around since 1936. 14 teams played 26-game regular season. 8 teams advanced to the playoffs. And again, if I'm betting on anybody, my favorite Danish women's handball player of all time, you got to go back to 2003. She led the league in scoring from 2003 to 2005. Bojana Petrovic. I mean, who can forget Bojana? Bojana was the GOAT, one of the greatest of all time in Danish women's handball. And if you want some advice this year, I'm thinking my team, Odense Handball, 2 top division titles. I think they're going to win a 3rd. They're to me, I don't know what the odds are, but that's my team for this year. And as we think about favorite, what do I think about Danish as a for brunch? Danish, it's incredible. I mean, we talking about a snegel, which is a traditional cinnamon roll type Danish pastry, or
does he think we're
a
Danish?
Spandauer, which has the custard cream.
Maybe.
I mean, it's incredible. I love Danish women's handball. I love Danish pastries. I love Eggs Benedict for brunch, and I love Brunch Time Betting. That's it. I'm out. Don't trust me. Trust these guys. Trust me. We're gonna be eating some Eggs Benedict, watching some Danish women's handball, and it's gonna be a good time.
Damn right it is, Dean. Right it is.
I have a confession to make. I have never had Eggs Benedict. Never.
I love it. I love Eggs
Benedict.
Benedict.
For the hype? Little Eggs Benny.
Drown me in hollandaise sauce, dude.
I just want a bunch of eggs, sausage, hash browns, and champagne. That's my brunch right there.
I will give him credit. He went all out. Like he went
all out.
He went crazy. Go Dean.
I mean, can you give him a 5-star review on that?
I already did. Eric. I gave the second I saw it and watched it before I even sent it to you guys. I gave him a 5-star review. I was like, yes.
Do you think that he thinks we're Danish?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
100%.
100%. He does.
I would think so. I think
I've been called worse. I've been called worse than Danish. That's
I
cool.
wish he would have. I wish he would have reacted to my comment of like, I also respect Italian culture, but that's about everything I could have wanted. That's about everything I could have wanted out of a Dean Blandino
Big D
cameo. So I was looking at other cameos too for athletes. Brett Favre available, but it is $280 for Brett Favre.
$280.
He's got some legal bills to pay, so it makes sense.
Antonio Brown $250, but damn it, that one's juicy. I really want to get Antonio Brown. I think that'd be a winner. And then the other one I saw was Jason Brown from Last Chance U, the second coach on Last Chance U, who got let go for telling a Jewish player, "I'm your Hitler now."
Oh my God!
Interesting dude.
Did you guys ever watch that show?
Yeah,
I watched the first season.
I watched the first 3 seasons, I think. I liked it. There's some player that was on that got sort of big. I'm trying to remember.
John Franklin III.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, he ended up in the USFL.
I think that's who.
He went to Auburn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, any other takes, boys, before we get out of here? Thank you, Dean Blandino, once again. I'm also just going to probably just post that clip and be like, shout out Brunch Time Betting, shout out Dean Blandino.
For sure. I think that's definitely the way to go.
Eric, do you have any other takes on the Scotty Scheffler story?
No. I'm good.
All right, folks, that'll do it for this episode of Brunch Time Betting. Go enjoy your food. Go enjoy your bets. Let's go make some money. Love you guys. See you next time.